Hi and welcome to Love Doing Yoga on this Monday evening. Hope you had a lovely weekend and you're looking forward to a pleasant week ahead. Our theme today is release. So let us spend the next hour releasing any tightness or stiffness you might feel in your body. As always, throughout the practice, listen to your body and only do what feels right for you today. So let us begin by lying down. Make yourself nice and comfortable on your mat. Closing your eyes and letting go of your day and of everything that's happening in your world. For the next hour, you have no roles, no responsibilities, nothing to do, but spend this time connecting your mind with your body through your breath. And as you transition into the present, just allow your attention to rest on your sense of hearing. Noticing all the sounds around you, allowing them to fill you. The loud and the quiet, the near and the far. Without identifying them, just let them be. And then let that attention move to your breath. As you listen to the sound of yourself breathing. Inhaling through your nose, filling your belly before exhaling again. Then we're going to do a little bit of alternate nostril breathing. So we've done this before. If you place your index finger and middle finger just at that point between your eyebrows, and if you're using your right hand, just gently close your right nostril with your thumb and breathe through your left nostril. And then releasing that right nostril with your fourth finger, close your left nostril and breathe through your right nostril. And you might find that one side is easier than the other, and that's perfectly natural. And now we're going to just alternate them. So releasing that left nostril, close the right nostril. Inhale through the left nostril. And then swap fingers, so you're closing the left nostril, open the right nostril to exhale. Then inhale through that right nostril and exhale through the left nostril and inhale through the left. So it's an exhale and an inhale through one nostril, and then an exhale and an inhale through the other. And once more on each side. And then letting your hand come down by your side. Just take a moment of stillness. And when you're ready, bending the knees, hug those knees into the chest and take a little bit of movement here. And then coming to stillness, let the hands come down by your sides as you begin to cycle with the legs. And keeping that going for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, hugging the knees into the chest again. And letting the feet come down onto the mat, rolling over onto your side. Just swing around onto all fours. Open the knees out nice and wide, feet together. Push the hips back towards the heels. With your arms outstretched, let your forehead come onto the mat. As we take 3 breaths here. Releasing your shoulders, releasing your jaw, releasing any points of tension with each breath. And then when you're ready, making your way up, we're going to come into a squat. So working with your own version of squat, whether it's all the way down or just partly down. Find your best version of it. It's fine to be up on your toes if your feet won't come all the way down. Just work with your body. With your elbows, pressing them against your knees and your knees against your elbows. So you've got a little bit of tension there. Lengthen through the spine. And let's take 3 breaths here. Feeling like each exhale is just flushing away all tension and tightness. And then bringing the hands down onto the mat, let's step that right leg back, all the way back, knee down. Turn the left foot so it's pointing towards the top of the mat, having the knee over the ankle, and let's come into our lizard pose. So anywhere from here or coming down on one forearm or both, whatever feels right for you and works for you.
And again, let's take 3 breaths here. And from here, coming up onto the hands, just heel toe that left foot inwards a little bit. We're going to come up into into a runner's lunge. So still have your knee over your ankle with your legs straight out behind you. Coming up onto your fingertips, looking in front of you, getting that nice stretch into that back leg. Two more breaths here. Let the hands come flat down onto the mat.
Hi, sorry for interrupting your practice. I hope you're enjoying it. If you do like it, we'd love you to become one of our yogis here on Love Doing Yoga. And to do that, all you need to do is click on the link below. We send you 3 practices every single week for you to do at a time that suits you. And it's just €5 a month. So we'd love to see you join us on the mat again soon. Namaste.
Drop that back foot forward so that you can get it flat on the mat. And then begin to bring a little bit of length, a little bit of straightness into that front leg. So without locking the knee, you want to keep a gentle bend in it. And we keep the bend always, keep a softness in the joints, because that way your muscles are doing the work rather than your joints locking and holding the bones in place. We want the muscles to be active. One more breath here. And with each exhale, just encouraging a little bit more lengthened leg. And then let's bring the knee over the ankle here and lift up into our warrior one. So you might be able to step that back foot back a little bit further, if you can do, still keeping the foot fully planted on the mat. Square up the hips, raise the arms up, running them past the ears as we take 3 breaths here. Keeping a softness in the shoulders. And then framing that front foot, turning the toes out, stepping the right foot up to come back into your squat. Two more breaths here, finding length in that spine, nice and spacious. And then placing the hands down, let's just take it to the other side with those leg stretches. So stepping the left leg back, knee on the ground and foot out long. Keeping this right foot to the edge of the mat, and then coming down, if you like, onto your forearms. It's really good extension of one hip and flexion of the other. One more breath here. And then making your way back up. Just draw the foot in slightly away from the edge of the mat as we come up into our runner's lunge. So keeping that knee over the ankle so it's nicely supported. Nice length in that back leg. Looking forward like you're about to do your 100-meter sprint. Enjoying that stretch here, but releasing any tension that you're holding in your jaw or your shoulders. Just isolating where that work is happening in your body. To the legs. One more breath. And hopping that back foot forward so you can plant it on the mat. Begin to bring some length into the front leg as you fold forward over it. Let the breath help you here. Inhale, lengthen through the spine, and exhale, deepening into that forward fold. And then bending this front knee so it's over the ankle. Step the back leg back if it can go back a bit further, but keeping weight. Think about putting a little bit of weight into the outside edge of that foot, that back foot, squaring up the hips, raising up the arms. Soften the shoulders, release your tension points. One more breath here. And again, bringing the hands down onto the mat, turning those toes out to come back into your squat. Two more breaths. And then from here, just lowering yourself down onto your mat to come and sit, sitting with equal weight in both seat bones, ears over shoulders, shoulders over hips, nice and tall. And then open those legs out as wide as they can go. And we're going to fold forward here, so you're bending from the hips, but reach your hands out to each foot. So if they won't reach the feet, that's fine. Hold on to the shins, keeping a softness or a generous bend in the knees, whatever works for you. We want these feet flexed though. And forward fold. Again, letting the breath help you here. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. And exhale, deepen into that fold. One more breath. And then drawing yourself up, bend the knees, just come to a point of balance on your seat bones, holding on to the feet with them up away from the mat. And then just begin to open them out, finding that point of balance. Engage the core, drawing up that pelvic floor, belly button in and up. So you're always going to have areas of your body that are working, but you want to release any points where you're just holding tension for the sake of tension. Loosen your jaw. Release the shoulders, keeping them soft. Keeping the core engaged. One more breath. And then let the feet come down as you lie back down onto the mat. Once again, lifting the feet up off the floor, holding on to the toes, and open the legs out once again. So we're getting a really good stretch all around in these 3 different ways of essentially doing the same thing but from a different position. Soften those shoulders. Release the jaw. And just let the stretch happen. As you exhale, just feeling those muscles stretch another millimeter. One more breath here. And then drawing the legs together. Bring the feet down onto the mat. Roll over onto your side, coming up to sit. And we'll come into our boat pose. So remember, with the boat pose, it's a strong core pose. So draw up the pelvic floor. Bring the belly button in and up to give yourself a really nicely engaged core. Release the shoulders, release the jaw. And then let's lift those feet up off the mat. Let the hands come out to the side as we take 3 breaths here. Letting your core do all the work. And bring the feet down onto the mat, hugging the shins. Just take a few moments here to totally release the body of all tension. One more breath. And then let's swing around onto all fours and step back into your plank. So remember, in your plank, you want your shoulders over your wrists, nice little micro bend in the elbows, heels over toes, keeping that core engaged. Take one more breath here. And then come down on your knees, feet, chest, belly, and lift up into a cobra. So with your cobra, you're starting with your hands either side of your chest. Draw the forehead and chest away from the mat, then engage the hands to lift that upper body up a little further. So you've got a nice back bend. And then from here, just lift it up into your plank once again. And we're going to push from the plank into our downward dog. So you'll need to adjust your feet here so that your body position is more like a slide than a V. One more breath. So we're going to run through that flow a couple of times. Going from here into your plank once again for 3 breaths. Then coming down, knees, feet, chest, belly, and push up to your cobra for 3 breaths. And pushing on up into your plank. And through to your downward dog. Being nice to your legs. They've had good stretches so far. But remember, in your downward dog, you really want that spine to be nice and long, hips pushed towards the back. One more breath here. And once more into your plank. Keep the softness in the elbows, remember, so the arms have to work. Nicely engaged in the core. Making your way slowly down onto the mat before lifting it up into your cobra. And through to your plank again. And then push it into your downward dog. One more breath here. And come down onto all fours before coming to sit. Once again, sitting up tall, ears over shoulders, shoulders over hips, hands down either side of your hips. And with each exhale, drawing up that pelvic floor, belly button in and up. One more breath. And then let's bend it forward. So bend your knees as much as you need to for your forward fold. And again, connecting with your breath here. Inhale, lengthening through the spine. Exhale, deepening into the fold. One more breath. Scanning your body for any tension points and release them. And then making your way back up to sit. And from here, just twisting the upper body, bring the hands down so they're almost coming out diagonally from your hips. And allow that upper body to just lower gently towards the floor, trying to keep both cheekbones, both seat bones connected to the mat, albeit that the right one will be a little lighter. One more breath. And then making your way all the way back up to sit. Draw that left foot up against the right thigh. Let's lean forward with the right hand to hold that right toe. Bend this knee as much as you need to. With the left hand, just draw it behind the back and let's just look towards the back of the mat. And again, let the breath help you. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, deepen the twist a little. One more breath. And coming back to upright, keeping this left leg where it is. Just draw the right leg back so it's parallel with the long side of the mat. And again, allow the body to look towards the left and the back. So you'll feel a really nice stretch here along your right quad and hip, and the whole front of the body is open. I love this pose. It's just really open and refreshing. One more breath here. And then coming back to the center, let those legs come out nice and long once again as we fold forward, hinging at those hips, letting the breath help you, keeping a softness in the jaws and in the shoulders. One more breath. And drawing back up once again. This time we're turning to the right. So first of all, the hands kind of coming out diagonally from that right hip as you lower the upper body towards the mat, keeping both seat bones connected to the mat. One more breath. And making your way back up again. Let's draw the right foot this time into that left thigh. And this time you're taking your twist to the right as you hold that left foot with your left hand and draw the right arm just behind your back to help with the twist, keeping those shoulders soft, releasing the jaw. One more breath. And unraveling yourself before you just bend that left leg back so it's the shin is parallel with that long side of the body, and take your nice open torso stretch to the right. One more breath. And bringing yourself back to the center, coming once again onto all fours. Let the knees come out to the side, toes together, and push back into a nice resting pose. And again in this pose, scanning the body and releasing any points of tension, getting to know yourself and where you hold your tension, so that throughout the day you can just check in on it and release it if you feel like it's suddenly holding tension again. And then when you're ready, coming back up onto all fours and stepping back into your plank once again. Remember, keeping a softness in the elbows. Let the core help you. Drawing up that pelvic floor to just keep that core fully active. One more breath here. Come onto the side of that right foot, stepping that left foot into the center. Draw the left hand up. And then keeping the left foot where it is, just let the left hand come down. We're going to step this left foot now all the way across over the right, and then draw that left hand up again. Good, one more breath. And bringing it all the way back into your plank once again. One more breath here. Coming down onto all fours in a kind of extended table here. And step that left foot up. And then lifting the body up, the torso up. Let's just bring in a nice little back bend here, allowing the chest to look up towards the ceiling. One more breath here. And then raising that left hand up to just add another dimension. One more breath. And coming to upright, bring the hands back down onto the mat, back onto all fours. We're going to just swing around here to sit with the hands pointing towards the hips and lift up into an upward plank. So lifting those hips up, gazing up at the ceiling, keeping that core engaged. One more breath here, softness in those elbows. And then lowering the seat down onto the mat, coming back to sit up nice and tall. Softening those shoulders, releasing the jaw. And let's take that to the other side. So we'll start off in our plank. One more breath here. And then coming on to the side of that left foot, stepping that right foot into the center of the mat and raising the right hand up. Keeping the hips up away from the mat. The softness in the elbow of the hand that's holding you up, the supporting hand. And then drawing that right hand down, step the right foot across over the left and raise the right hand up. Good. One more breath here. And then let's take it back to our plank. And coming down onto your knees, stepping the right foot forward this time. Keeping the right knee over that ankle as we then, with the hands on the hips, let the chest look up towards the ceiling. And then raising the right arm up past the ear. One more breath. Coming to upright. Let's once again come to sit, swing around and lift up into your upward plank. Feeling it in the arms here. One more breath. And then lowering the body down onto the mat, bending those knees, rounding the spine as you just hug the shins. Two more breaths. And lowering yourself down onto your mat. Let the legs come out long. Let the palms face upwards as you prepare for your final resting pose. And thank you so much for joining me in this practice. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to let me know. Don't forget to let us know when you've completed the practice. And everybody who completes 4 practices in July gets onto our roll of honor. And some of you are almost on a double roll of honor. You're doing so well this month, so congratulations to you. Particularly Aram and Patricia, you're flying it this month. Well done. Great to see. So, as our theme is release, our final resting practice is going to be a really deep relaxation. And I'm going to name specific areas of your body. As I do, just let your attention rest at that point. Take a breath. Think of maybe directing your breath towards that point and releasing any tension you feel around that area. The point between your eyebrows. The hollow of your throat. your right shoulder. Right elbow. Right wrist. Tip of your right thumb. Tip of your right index finger. Tip of your right middle finger. Tip of your right fourth finger. Tip of your right little finger. Right wrist. Right elbow. Right shoulder. Hollow of your throat. Left shoulder. Left elbow. Left wrist. Tip of your left thumb. Tip of your left index finger. Tip of your left middle finger. Tip of your left fourth finger. Tip of your left little finger. Left wrist. Left elbow. Left shoulder. Hollow of the throat. Base of the sternum. Navel. Right hip. Right knee. Right ankle. Tip of the right big toe. Tip of the right second toe. Tip of the right third toe. Tip of the right fourth toe. Tip of the right little toe. Right ankle. Right knee. Right hip. Base of the spine. Left hip. Left knee. Left ankle. Tip of the left big toe. Tip of the left second toe. Tip of the left third toe. Tip of the left fourth toe. Tip of the left little toe. Left ankle. Left knee. Left hip. Base of the spine. Navel. Sternum. Hollow of the throat. The point between the eyebrows.